Hey everybody. First of all, sorry I'm a day late with this. The windstorm last night had knocked my power out, so and it was a bit chaotic wrangling my 6-year-old. So I just was not able to get a video done last night, so I apologize. Um, I want to talk about continuum of care, collaboration, with services. So, for example, I run a 24/7 PNMI. And so we oftentimes, our residents, when they access the ED or for either medical or psychiatric reasons, a lot of times the communication really lacks, like really lacks. More so if they're there for psychiatric reasons and they're presenting off baseline or having a more difficult time or, an increase in symptoms, feeling suicidal, things of that nature. So I had actually done my field instructor. This block had asked me to do like some research stuff because we hadn't really touched on that in the first 8 weeks of this internship. And so, one of the things she said, come up with a systems issue, either directly in this program or the system as a whole, and do some research on it and figure out, kind of where you would go from it. And immediately, I went to the continuum of care, collaboration, coordination, and just communication among service providers, and what a deficit this causes at times for those we serve, right? So my clients specifically, they have a lot of providers. We have, they have med managers, some have case managers, they have their PCPs, some of them have specialists, endocrinologists, neurologists, orthopedic doctors, etc. And managing all of that care for them can be very tricky because a lot of them struggle with like their perception, things that they hear, and how they perceive messages to be given might actually be extremely different than how it was intended. So it can really be a challenge. And so I was, thinking about ways that we could enhance that collaboration. I know myself, I chase doctors daily. I'm constantly leaving messages for providers, trying to pass messages along. We're observing this here at the program. We see these clients 24/7. We are with them all of the time. So, we certainly develop more consistent relationships with them, just because of the level of care that we offer. So it's just, I don't know, do you guys have experience of a time where, on one side, the collaboration and communication continuum of care was super successful, and what made those things successful? And conversely, do you have experience where it was not so great? Am I missing the mark here? What am I doing wrong? Because I do think it's our clients that pay dearly for that. I think that, it's really frustrating for them to have to retell their story or retell their experience and their outcomes. And for some, that can be really traumatizing. And, I think that it was Megan last week talking about revamping her intake process within her agency. And that just really stuck with me because I think an intake process can be really daunting for people when they have to retell everything 100 times to get, things up and going. So my agency, we have a med clinic under our umbrella of care. And I really don't think we utilize our electronic health record the way that we could, in terms of getting information to people. So I think, it certainly would be more of like a statewide thing. I don't know that it could go like state to state, but streamlining some of these recommendations and requirements that our states put forth on us for information that we need. Because I do think that we have a lot of people, well, not really a ton of people doing the social work right now, but we have a lot of hands in a pot, so to speak, trying to get to the same result and maybe working a little harder, not necessarily smarter, while our clients are, kind of, for lack of a better term at the moment, paying for it. With just the breakdown in communication between providers. So anyway, that's, kind of what I've been dealing with the last week and a half or so. I mean, it's been an ongoing issue, but certainly something that's held tried and true this week in trying to collaborate some care for a resident. So I don't know. I'm interested to hear about your guys' perspective. What's your agencies or places at schools, wherever you work, kind of how you go about collaboration of care and the continuum and trying to make it a seamless process, because it definitely seems very clunky. So interested to hear what you all have to say. I hope you're having a great week and you all had a great holiday. Thanks.